I don't feel like I'm that successful in the service industry. I think I'm really good at figuring out how to put things together, MacGyver style. It did take me time to put all of the pieces together and like see it as a whole, before I realized that it was actually important. I see it more like a mentor-mentee relationship, because I have had very significant mentors in my life. They've always tried to recreate those moments with especially younger people entering the industry. So like I'm trying to like recreate this thing that I was offered and I was given for other people. And I want them to eventually look back and think that was a pivotal moment for them without me being so direct about it, you know? As a kid, very young, some of my first memories, as well as all through school and middle school and high school, led me to run a program in my mind all the time where I was constantly adjusting and making sure that I could read the room and make sure I was the right person for the room at the right time. I was like nonstop in my head. After the validation selfishness at Blackbird that I experienced and the burnout, I reevaluated what that all meant, and then that's where that journey began. The realization that there was a path, or the realization that there was three different selfishnesses, came pretty recently, or way later, way after Blackbird. It took me climbing my way out and then feeling sustained through one of the mentors, um, one of the matriarchs actually, showed me a path out, and I took it, and I humbled myself and didn't realize till way later that there was these distinctive types of selfishness within what I was doing. When they're your mentors at the time, you don't realize that they are, right? So you realize that later. But I think my unique experience is like a patchwork of mess that I put together and made into like a system that works for me. And when I see other people that I can like see that, oh, they're going through the same shit that I was at whatever point that in my life, wherever point they are, like I can offer some kind of wisdom to them, hopefully. It's important for like my framework to recognize people in the first phase of selfish hospitality, which is the validation selfishness. If I can reach those people who will eventually burn out if they stay there, if I can reach them first and say like, hey, there is like these other types of ways to be in this industry, because I recognize how great they could be, then I want to reach those people and show them that there's a path forward and like something to strive for. I think that what will become extremely important very soon is an ability to connect with people in ways that will matter more than they ever have. And that's what I want people to understand. And I want people to have a path to follow or someone to guide them to where they can feel empowered by it. November 16th, 2013, and we're talking about the contract between me and Tuck and Roll to purchase 66.66 ownership of the company. So because Blackbird was already open and I was doing all their marketing, and when they shuttered, that's when I bought in. I bought Karina, the chef's parents, out. So anyway, it's a trip seeing all this stuff. This color, this black, is kind of like how we had everything. So like all of the walls were in here were black. She made it very light in here, which is awesome. The chandeliers were not here. We had fans actually, and we had TVs up on the bar, 50 beer taps there with like a really cool granite. See that granite that's there? It was the backsplash there with etched in birds, which was like our branding. Still the same. This is where we used to set up and do like silverware pre-shift. We'd have everything here. The staff would meet here and do check-ins before everything. And what else? We had a projector right here that would aim onto like a backsplash. There was no shelving here. And Matt Brown, the projection artist who lived in the basement, would create these crazy projections for us. So I remember for a while we had koi fish swimming. Just kind of, you could barely see them, but once you noticed it, they were just kind of like animated. It's pretty cool. Through here, this leads you to the bar. And like, this is where So when I talk about meeting Sarah, this is where it was. So there used to be an oyster bin here. We would put ice and seaweed and make it look really pretty because it was built in. And I'm standing here shucking oysters, full fucking house. It's like maybe 8 p.m. right in the middle of dinner service, and chef is drunk, and I see her come out of that door back here, stumble her way fucking out, trying to talk to people, eyes rolling, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I get on my phone while I'm shucking like this, like crazy. I'm like, what the? I start cussing her out. I'm like, what the fuck? Where did you go, dude? What the fuck? Blah, blah, blah. And then I look up, and Sarah's here, and Steve is here, and they're both just like wide-eyed, like staring at me. I'm like, oh fuck. So I'm like, I just like kind of apologize, whatever, finish up what I'm doing. I go and sit next to them, order a drink, buy them drinks. And that's literally how I met Sarah and Steve. What do you think?